Hey Randy, Jeff Jackson with Rise Marketing. It was a pleasure to speak with you the other day via Facebook Messenger, and I wanted just to follow through on my word to you. I put together this little video today, kind of analyze your website and maybe offer some areas and how you can improve it so you can get in front of more clients and get in front of more franchisees opportunities. So pulled up your website, and I am on my iPhone doing mobile browsing. Now 80% of all searches are mobile now, so we definitely want to make sure our sites are optimized, and it looks like you got a pretty good start. You have pretty good optimization for, as far as being mobile. It's responsive, it moves with the screen. One of the things I did notice just right off the bat is there's no navigation. So for whatever reason, the navigation has disappeared, so we can't click through to any other pages when we're on the mobile aspect. So that would be one thing I would change right away. So it's definitely something we can get on. Just kind of looking through the site, it seemed like this is definitely geared towards the end consumer going on your site, calling for a mitigation service, and you're going to pass that along to one of your franchisees. So a couple things that we can do is one, you have a call to action here towards the top, which I think is good. But we can also start putting keyword rich information in the H1 header. So Google likes to see when the H1 header has the keyword information that you're trying to go after. So we don't have that there. We have your name, 1-800 flooded. We have home or business flooded call, and we have a call to action, which I like the call to action. But one thing we could do is start just putting a header in there at the very top of the page that talks about water damage restoration, water damage cleanup, call now. Which really what it does is it puts the keyword at the top of the page, and that's where Google is looking, and Google wants to know that it's relevant to the end consumer. They want the end user to have a good experience, and that's why, again, coming back to the navigation, that's why making sure the navigation on there is good, because Google wants to make sure that the user has a good experience. So I looked at Google, and we looked at what pages Google is indexing, and this is the pages that Google is looking at. And so right now you have about 10 pages, which is a good foundation. It's a great start. One thing that I would encourage you to do is to continually be adding more content, probably a page a month. We want to be adding a lot of content to the page because Google loves content. They want to know that you're providing value to your people, and that's always a good thing to be doing. So you have ten sites. You have some keywords there, which is good. Our description is the same on every page. You can see call Fledgel. It looks at the change there, but we want to be changing those up and adding more keywords into those areas so you have more opportunities to show up in Google. Now, when I was thinking through your business plan and you think about how you need to attract people who have need the restoration services, that's when I scrolled down here. I saw that you have a landing page for Phoenix, which I think is good. So when it comes to your franchisees, we can start providing on-page SEO and driving business to this Phoenix page. So your partner that is in the Phoenix area can be getting those leads. So we can be working hard to make this page show up in the Phoenix area, which is going to give more business to your end consumer. So I'm kind of looking at your site in a twofold arena where we can be working on positioning the website for people to call it that need restoration services, but then also we want to have landing pages and build out the side of your website that is going to go after the business professionals that are going to buy a franchise from you. And so there's two different on ramps, if you will, for your site, and I think that's where we can look in and start developing those. And you have some of those in, like you have a franchise page. What we can do is we can start building that out and start giving keyword rich information in there so Google will pick it up and put you at the top of the listing. So we use a tool called Majestic, and Majestic just kind of measures our websites as far as our trust authority. Google wants to know that you are a trustworthy site, and so your trust flow right now is 9, which that's good. It's a lot better than what it could be, but it could be a lot greater. And then you see over on the far right, you see the citation flow is 28. Again, that's another great thing, but it's something that we can improve on. We need to be adding those citations and backlinks on a weekly and daily basis. and now you have, your external backlinks over 2,000, the historic 24,000. I don't know if if you were working with an SEO company in the beginning, or if you got, in some directories. But that's definitely a good foundation, and again, something that we can grow upon. I do want to say, back up here, the far right on the citation flow, one service we offer all of our clients is we do an audit on the citations, because just one mess up, if the information of your street address is wrong, if it's street and should have been lane, or ST and should have been street, we go through and audit those and make sure that it's consistent across the board, because one mess up in that, and Google doesn't like that, and it's going to lower the trust factor. But you want to have trust. Another way that we build the trust with Google is we own and operate a network of high authority, high trust websites that we can link to your site. And then when Google sees that a high authority website is linking to your site, your trust is going to go up, and Google is going to place more value on that, and you're going to go higher in the search rankings. So I went and I looked at one of, which potentially I guess could be one of your competitors, Restoration One. And I went through and looked at their website, and I can definitely see, I just wanted to kind of look at them and see their keywords there. They got the fire, water, and mold, and the property damage restoration experts as one of their key terms in the top. And so again, disaster restoration experts. Just kind of wanted to look. They're not really comparing a whole lot on the front end, but what I wanted to do is compare a lot on the back end. And so you can see here, you had around 10 pages. I haven't even fully counted up all the pages. I got over 40, and now a lot of their pages, they're building out their areas of where their franchisees are, but they have a lot of content. And so if we want to compete with someone like Restoration One, we need to add a lot more content to your website. And we have professional content writers that can be designing and publishing pages all the time on your site to be giving it more content. So you can see they just have, it just goes on and on. And one of the things, I forgot to check this, but I wanted to take a look here and just compare where they're at on Majestic, and see how we stack up, because again, this is one of many tools we use where we can kind of see how we are, and we can do better. So you were at a 9, you had 29 citations. See, so they're at a 22. They have 42 citations. So they're about double where you're at. But again, this is a good sign for us, because I know Restoration One's company has been around for a while. They've got a lot of following. But we can compete with that, and we can be really ranking higher than them, just based on some of this information that I see now. It's going to be not necessarily overnight. Nothing that's good is comes quick, as being a business owner. But and again, that's just one example against Restoration One. But I really think you have a great foundation, and I really think that I could build upon that. And I would love to talk more with you about what we could do together. I feel like you and I can do some business together, and I can also work with your franchisees to produce their process and their online presence, so that the whole network improves. And that's an add-on you could offer from you to them, or I could work directly with them, however you'd want to do that. But I definitely would be interested in talking more if you'd like to talk. And if you would, you can just reply to this email where I sent you this video, and we can set up an appointment to discuss more in person. Again, thanks for your time. Hope this was informative for you, and look forward to speaking to you soon. Thanks.